Hey there, hope you're all having a great day. It's a beautiful day out here on the Appalachian Trail. It's day 5 and so far so good. So I wanted to kind of give you an update on what is going on. I hope the wind is not messing up my sound too much. But today is day 5 and last night I camped at Blue Mountain Shelter. Very nice shelter. It was nice, a little windy up there, but beautiful views, and it was very cold. So it got down to 16 degrees and probably a little bit colder with the wind chill. But I was actually hot sleeping last night, believe it or not. So, and I wanted to share some tips on how to camp and sleep in the really cold weather, and hope that maybe it can give you some ideas, because some of the stuff I was not aware of either. You know, even though I've thru-hiked, I'm still learning out here. I'm still learning new strategies and different ways to do things. And as I learn something, I'm gonna try to share it with you. So that's what this channel is all about, is trying to learn and evolve as hikers and get outside and create adventures. So the reason why I slept so well and so warm last night was because of my sleep system. So I decided to, at the last minute, I had been doing some shakedown hikes and that had been going well, but I was still sleeping pretty cold and I could not quite figure it out. So I ended up bringing my synthetic sleeping bag and my down sleeping bag, and I put them together, and that is doing the trick. But I did make a mistake the first night I was out here, and I was freezing cold because I put the down sleeping bag inside the synthetic sleeping bag, and then I slept with all my clothes on, and I did not realize that that's not the way to go. You have to have hardly any clothes on so that the down sleeping bag could work and be effective. And I was hesitant to try that. I was like, being 16 degrees, the last thing I wanted to do was take off any clothes to go to sleep. But I tried it last night, and I'm happy to report that boy, did it make a huge difference to sleep in a down sleeping bag with hardly any clothes on. All I wore, and I don't mean to be graphic, but this is what worked. I only slept in my underwear and a long sleeve shirt and no socks, and I did sleep with all my head my head stuff, my beanies and that big obnoxious hat that I have that's really warm. So I slept with that, and I also got some water and got it nice and warm. It wasn't boiling, but it was warm, and I put it in my Nalgene bottle and put that into my sleeping bag, and I was so toasty all night. It was great. So if you are sleeping in cold conditions, that's the way to do it. So yeah, everything is going pretty well. It's a gorgeous day, and I'm trying to push some miles today because we've got a lot of days with rain coming later on in the week. So I figured I'd try to knock out some miles while I can, and then take it easy on the rainy days. So I got to Unicoi Gap, which is only 2 miles from Blue Mountain Shelter, and Fresh Ground was there, had some breakfast. Nice to see him. And while I was having breakfast, this shuttle driver was there, a female named Grace, super nice lady, excellent shuttle, and she shuttles people all around this area. So she said if we ever need anything to let her know, and she gave me her card. And I asked if it would be possible to slack pack today, and she said she would be happy to do that. So me and this other hiker, Sherpa, which I introduced you guys already to, we decided to slack pack today. So she drove us down to Dix Creek, and we are hiking the 16.7 miles back to Unicoi Gap, and then we'll go back and pick up where we left off. But we'll have Fresh Ground tonight to have some more dinner. So, you know, he's about to go back south, so we're going to be leaving him And so we gotta take advantage of his generosity and food while we can. Speaking of food, I have not had much of an appetite up here, hardly at all. I've hardly gone through any of my food, and I don't know, I think it's just a little bit of a shock to the body getting out here and getting used to being out in these conditions and hiking so much, which is good. I don't feel sick or weak or depleted or anything at all, but I've noticed that my calorie intake, even my normal calorie intake, is drastically lower than usual, but that's okay. I had put on a few pounds because I knew I was going to be out here and needing it, especially in the winter, so I have a few pounds to spare for sure. I think my body is slowly getting into thru-hiker shape, and that is fine with me. It takes some time, and that's okay. So that is how all that is going. I'm having such a great day. It is so pretty out. Ooh, about to fall. It's been so cold lately, and it's so nice to have a day with the sun out. We're gonna have a nice sunny day tomorrow, and then a whole rainy day. And then after that, we're gonna have like one or two more sunny days, and then we're gonna have like 3 to 4 days of rain. So it's up and down. We gotta enjoy these beautiful days while we can, and we are. But if you can notice and tell, my spirits are up. I'm feeling happy to be out here. I am feeling grateful to be out here. It's so much fun being a thru-hiker. I've already made so many friends out here. I just spoke with another thru-hiker that watches my channel, and he said that my videos have helped him, and that just warms my heart. He said he learned a lot of things from some of my other videos I posted, and that's the biggest compliment to me ever, because that's why I'm doing all of this, and putting all those videos out there is so people can learn learn from my mistakes, but learn a lot of things that I have learned along the way with thru-hiking. And for him to tell me that, well, first that he remembered who I was, and that my videos have helped him, really makes me feel great. And oh, so also Sherpa is hiking with me today. She slacked pack as well, and she's a little bit ahead of me. I'm not sure where, but she's doing this same thing with me. But we're gonna go over her pack tonight because she's still too heavy. She's at 44 pounds, and she said that I could go through her pack and maybe give her some suggestions of what she can send home. And our super nice shuttle lady Grace has offered to take a box to the post office for her. So that's our mission and goal tonight, is to lower that pack weight a little bit more for her. But she's just killing it out here. She's doing great and having a blast. It's so much fun out here, especially to be a thru-hiker. It's fun to do section hikes, don't get me wrong, for sure, but to get to be a thru-hiker where you have stuff that, you know, all your stuff that you need is you carry with you, except for today when I'm slack packing, which this is not the norm, but I'm all about taking opportunities, and this is an opportunity. But to get into that thru-hiker mentality and lifestyle, it takes a few days to get into it, and but it's really an experience like none other. It's so much fun, and to be out here and look at the weather, see how far you're gonna hike the next day, looking at the map each evening, you know, rationing out your food, and talking and meeting other hikers, making lots of friends, and comparing stories, and all sorts of cool stuff. All right, so we have a thru-hiker here named Sherpa. We've been hiking this morning in this cold, windy weather, and it's been so icy. Her hair is it's frozen.
It's the new style here.
That's right. And she got her name Sherpa out here, and please explain why.
All right, well, first I'll do a little spin so you guys can kind of see. You get the full picture, right? So
yeah, you need it. She's got it.
I started down at Springer. Well, I started on the Approach Trail, and well, when I went to Amacola Falls Visitor Center, well, back up to before I flew down from Maryland, at the very end, I threw a whole bunch of extra things in my bag, just in case, you know.
Yeah.
I had everything planned. So then Go down to Amacola Falls and I weigh it, and it weighed a whopping 62 pounds. So the nice girls there helped me mail a few things back, give a few things away.
And what was your weight then?
55 pounds.
Okay.
So I was really, really happy that I got it out of the 60s because that was a little embarrassing.
Yeah.
So I marched on up to the very first shelter, which was, I went up the approach trail that I got to the beginning of Springer, which was like, woohoo, I signed the log and everything. I met this guy, Colt. We walked to the first shelter. I thought it was only going to be the two of us. I felt pretty good. The last mile or two were I was a little tired. We got there right around dinner time, and to my surprise, there was like 10 through hikers and section hikers there. And that is my trail family now.
So I met you at Neil's.
Yes,
Neil's Gap.
We stayed at Blood Mountain Cabins, which was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that was fun.
Recommend.
And then you went to the store and they did another shakedown for you.
And I got down to 44 pounds. So I think my next shakedown in, I don't know, a little bit up the road is going to get down to 33.
Maybe.
I'm keeping it.
So,
55, 44, 33.
So you got the name. So you got the name Sherpa because of all the gear you're carrying.
Einstein.
Because I have a lot of gear.
Yep. And there's some more through hikers over here.
What's up, everyone?
Yep. What's your trail name?
No trail name yet.
No trail name.
No.
And then that's what's your trail name?
Spotter.
Spotter. That's right. Yep. He's hiking with his daughter's ashes in his pack.
And we
Pretty cool story.
And here comes Einstein in the hot
There's
dog stand.
Einstein.
Oh yeah.
All right. So
Great place to stop.
What a beautiful morning.
definitely. Yeah, a little foggy. Can't really see anything, but we're out here loving it. All right, so we're here at Fresh Grounds Van. We just got breakfast. We're at Unicoi Gap, and this is
Tree Man.
Tree Man. Tell us your story.
Well, I'm a retired forester and missionary supporter, and I've been wanting to do this since I was in forestry school 43 years ago.
That's great.
But marriage, children, career,
Yeah.
house all got in the way.
Oh yeah.
So it went on the on the shelf for really out of my memory almost for a while. But then once I got close to retirement, I said, why not?
Very good.
And my wife was excited about it, and probably even more than I am. So
And
she's
then
been supportive.
you're raising money along the way for a charity.
Right. Two charities. The one is the mission work that the church that I'm a part of does in Kazakhstan and Ukraine, Tuba City, Canada,
Awesome.
Nigeria, and then a group that I worked for last year called Flint Global Partners that's out of Tennessee, and they help ministries, foreign ministries become self-supporting. So.
Well, that's great. Well, cool. Nice to meet you. I met you last night at Blue Mountain Shelter.
Yeah.
And we're here this morning we got the setup from Fresh Ground. He's been cooking breakfast for everybody. We're just inside his van that all the hikers like to sign. It's pretty nice setup in here, but the reason why we're in here is because of this nice little heater right here, and it's nice and toasty in here. It's a chilly morning.
Yes.
So we're just trying to warm up before we get into a pretty tough section of the trail. And so yeah, that's why we're here. There's Fresh Ground way over there, but he's got his normal setup outside, and he's been feeding all of us till we can't move as usual.
He's awesome.
Yep, he's one of a kind. But well, thank you, Tree Man.
You're welcome.
And I hope you have a great journey.
Oh, thank you. Hope I see you up the trail somewhere.
I hope so too.